Hey guys, welcome to the channel. If you're new here, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I'm mainly on YouTube, but I am making long form content now. If you like the video, if you like what I'm talking about, definitely subscribe. Anyways, we're talking about the 50 series launch and how much a shit show it really was. The stock shortage right now for the graphics cards are terrible because the launch, we only saw half as many GPUs as we really should have compared to last launch with the 40 series. Also, we're going to talk about the DLSS 4 update that was free to all graphics cards from the 20 series up and what type of performance we could get with that. And then we're going to talk about how much performance we get every generation and see how much performance we got this generation compared to last generation. Spoiler alert, it's not a lot. So during the 50 series announcements, we got the price for the Founders Edition card, and the 5090 was $2 grand, which was a great price. $999 for the 5080, $749 for the 5070 Ti, can't talk, and for the 5070 it was $550. Those are fair prices, and the one thing that triggered everyone with the 5070 is they said this has the same performance as a 4090 with DLSS 4. Yikes. But Kenny, what went wrong? These prices look amazing. Okay, but the partners, they're charging an extra $300 because NVIDIA makes it so hard for their partner cards to actually make money on their cards, which kind of sucks, but it actually gets even worse. So for the 5080, you pay $1,300 for a partner card. Now you have to pay $2,600. Everything has doubled in price. At that point, you should just buy the 4090 because it performs better than the 5080. And that's a fact in raw performance. So with the launch having so few graphics cards, it really screwed up pricing, and it made it kind of similar to what we saw during COVID-19 with the 30 series launch, which was a dumpster fire, but that card was actually pretty good. And we'll talk about more about every series performance later. The launch was so bad, most retailers sold out within seconds, and within 5 minutes, the US and the UK were fully sold out of the 50 series cards. So now we're gonna have a shortage, and I don't know how long this is gonna last, but I'll keep you guys updated. But there's some hope because DLSS 4 is really amazing, guys. DLSS 4 was built from the ground up using a new model called Transformer model. They used to use a CNN model, and this model looks 10 times better. So Transformer model looks 10 times better than CNN. There's more detail, there's less ghosting, and it basically looks like native resolution. So DLSS 4 does all of that using less RAM and less performance, which means you're gonna get more frames. My favorite thing about this is coming to all graphics cards from the 20 series up to the 50 series. We're all getting this new Transformer model. CNN model is gone. I personally tried this out on my 4070 Ti, and I could say I'm getting 20 to 30 frames more per second in certain games at 4K. I know a lot of people are complaining in the comments, well, those are fake frames. I'm not talking about frame generation and multi-frame generation. I'm talking about Transformer model. We're upgrading to Transformer model from CNN model on all graphics cards, and that's gonna boost performance. It doesn't matter if you have a 20 series or a 40 series. But with the 40 series, you do have frame generation. With that, you could get even more frames than the other 30 and 20 series, which they still are going to get more frames because it's more proficient and efficient with DLSS 4. Fun fact, the Switch 2 is going to have a 20 series card, so it will benefit from this uplift from DLSS 4, which I think is amazing. Okay, shout out to Kingston Account 1991. Here is a list of what the uplift is for every series and every 80 card in that series. So this is a blender score starting at the GTX 480 and it goes up. It looks like the best performance increase is from the 1080 to the 2080 with a whopping 270% uplift. But the whole point of this chart is to see how terrible the uplift is for this current generation, and it's not looking good. So going from the 4080 to the 5080, there's only a 9.6% increase with this blender score chart. That's insane. And going from the 4080 Super to the 5080, it's only a 8.3% difference. And here's a crazy one. Going from the 4080 to the 4080 Super, it's only a 1.2% difference. That's terrible. So this chart leads me to say, don't buy a 50 series card unless you have a 10 series card or a 20 series card. And even if you do, I think you should wait 2 more years because it's likely that Nvidia is gonna switch to 3 nanometer. So we'll have best of both worlds. We'll have the AI with this series plus the raw performance we'll see with the 3 nanometer chips. I'll have to give it to Nvidia. Their DLSS 4 is outstanding this year with the 8 times performance with the 50 series. That's just outstanding, but I really want more raw performance. We'll have to see in 2 years. Nvidia is the top AI company. I mean, there's some from China that's competing with them, but they are the top American AI company. They supply GPUs to all these companies, and they're relying on their GPUs, and they're showing that they know what they're doing with this DLSS 4 update. It probably cost them a lot of money to do all of this research. Maybe that's why we're not seeing raw performance this generation. So I have a theory. I think they're gonna switch off from AI and raw performance every 2 years. Maybe. So this was the AI year, which it skyrocketed with performance with DLSS 4, and then in 2 years we're gonna get raw performance, and then 2 more years we're gonna get the same as we did this year, because I think it just costs so much money for the cutting edge AI research and all of that. But I could be wrong. Let me know in the comments. All right, guys, that pretty much wraps up this video. If you haven't subscribed, go ahead and leave a subscribe, a like, and a comment. I am predominantly on TikTok. I have a big following. I have 10K followers on there. I'm trying to grow my YouTube channel. So if you like this type of content, I also do shorts, and I'm trying to do more content like this. But definitely subscribe if you're into this content. Thanks, guys.